Hello everyone, welcome back to Easy English. My name is Hafiz Salman and I really hope to find you well and good. Today, I want to talk about that why most of us, we as a non-English native speakers, we find it really hard and difficult to understand native speakers. Do you feel the same way? Do you find it hard to understand English while listening to English songs or listening to the podcasts or watching English movies or seasons or drama serials? Do you find it hard to understand the native speakers? If yes, keep watching, because in this video, I'm gonna give you some solid reasons that stop you from understanding native English speakers, and I will tell you that how can you overcome this problem. So without wasting our time, let's get straight into the video. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we need to accept the fact that we are not perfect. No one is perfect. And we as a non-native English speakers, we struggle with our speaking, with our listening and reading and writing throughout our lives. And it is natural because it is not our first language. So we struggle every single day. We put some efforts every single day to improve our skills of English language. Now, the thing that most of the people are concerned about, that why they cannot understand native speakers. What is the reason behind this thing? Let me tell you one thing, that it is not always your fault. The fault does not lie in our stars. Sorry. So it is not always our fault that we cannot understand native English speakers. It might be their fault. Because believe me, most of the native English speakers, they have really bad speaking habits. Most of the speakers, they speak too fast, too quickly, or some of the people, they speak too quietly. Some people don't enunciate, they don't make their idiomatic expressions clear. And some of the speakers, they reduce their speech with speed. So it really becomes difficult for non-native speakers to comprehend and to understand what they actually mean. So it's not our fault. They should also try to speak clearly so the people around the world might understand them. So keep this thing in mind, that we are always, trying to just learn this language. So the first thing you need to keep in mind is that it is not our fault. It might be someone else's. So the first thing you need to do, you need to cool and calm yourself. Just get relaxed. The second and most important of all is that the native speakers, they use speed and pace while speaking English language. And when they speak fast, they reduced some words. And it really makes things ununderstandable for non-English native speakers. For example, there are some words that are reduced by native speakers when they use them. For example, there is a speech pattern that most of the native speakers use, like would have, or could have, or should have. So when they speak fast, they don't pronounce them like should have, would have, or could have. They just reduce the words, and it becomes like the would have sounds like woulda, and could have becomes coulda, and should have becomes coulda, kind of becomes kinda, and going to becomes gonna, want to becomes wanna, got to becomes gotta. So they don't use the words like going to and want to and go to. They use the reduced forms like gonna, wanna, gotta, and kinda. Let me tell you an interesting thing, that there was a time when people used to use this expression like I am going to speak English language. So look at the evolution of English language. So people used to use this expression like, I am going to speak English language, and then it was reduced like, I'm gonna speak English language, and then it was again reduced to, I'm gonna speak English language. And now some fast English native speakers, they use it like, I'm gonna speak English. So I am going to, I'm gonna, and I'm. So it's really difficult for non-native speakers to understand such reduced forms used by native speakers. So what we can do, we can learn about the contractions, the short forms of the words, and the reductions, and the abbreviations, and the acronyms, and all the other short forms of speech that native speakers use. Another important reason that stops us, or that is a hurdle in our understanding native English speakers, is that they use a lot of idiomatic expressions. Now, idioms are the figurative, language patterns that they don't have literal meanings, and when native speakers use them, we don't understand them. For example, when native speakers want to wish someone good luck, they use the expression and idiom like break a leg. So it doesn't mean that you should break the leg of someone. It means that go and just rock on the stage or whatever platform you are in. So first thing is that it's not always your fault. We are struggling non-native English language speakers. Second reason is that they use a lot of contractions and short forms and reductions. And the third reason that stop us from understanding native speakers is that they use a lot of idiomatic expressions, which really makes English a hard nut to crack for non-native English language speakers. So we need to work on these little things, and in this way we will not only improve our English, and we will also be able to understand native speakers more clearly and more easily. Thanks for watching this video.